just came out, Elden Ring Nightreign, which actually reminds me, I have to go back and beat the DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. So, please remind me to do so. Now, before anyone gets confused thinking this is a game that is connected to the main game, continuity and lore-wise, let me stop you right there. Because Elden Ring Nightreign is a complete separate title in the Elden Ring verse, with a whole new different story, different characters, specific character classes to choose from, new gameplay mechanics, and new UI changes. Let me start with how this game differs from the main game. Unlike in Elden Ring, where you're brought into the world and have to travel to each boss area in a large open map, that is not the case in Nightreign. The map is much more smaller and condensed, the safe area of the zone constantly shrinks, and it's expedition based. What that means is that you and your squad are dropped into the map and are attempting to fight the Night Lord. But before you can even do that, you have to face other familiar bosses throughout 3 days. That's right, 3 days! Because in each expedition, there's a day cycle consisting of 3 days. On day 1, you may end up facing 1 or 2 bosses, and on day 2, it just might be 1, 2, or 3 bosses. On top of all that, you're on a time crunch, because the safe area of the map will constantly close in the direction of the day boss. Also, guess what? If you happen to die while fighting any one of them, you got to restart all over again. Other than that, dying to regular mobs or optional bosses in the overworld is completely fine. You'll just lose a level and have to either pick them back up or reclaim them off the enemy that defeated you, because they will pick them up and have you fight for them back. Not gonna lie, Nightreign reminded me a lot like Monster Hunter, with a little hint of a battle royale, where you have to go on expeditions to beat story bosses. But the key difference in Monster Hunter and Nightreign was the day cycle, and having to fight multiple bosses on each day before fighting the main boss of an expedition. Not gonna lie, I thought with 2 other teammates, the game would be watered down easy. So much so that I even tried a solo run. But I was instantly humbled on both solo and teams. God damn, is it harder than I expected. One important key detail I will say though that helped me was equipping relics. So don't forget to equip them. You'll need them. Trust me. Oh, P.S. Don't be afraid to jump off a high cliff. There's no fall damage in Elden Ring Nightreign. In terms of which character I decided to main, I first started with Executor, because I can't lie, when I seen that he can turn into a beast, I was sold. That sounded and looked cool that I insta-picked him, and I started out on my first couple of expeditions. But as I was playing as him, I started to realize that maybe I'm just not good with him, and that I overestimated my abilities, cause at the end of the day, his kit seemed based on having a mastery of parrying enemies and really punishing them for attacking you, which is not in my skill set, cause I suck at parrying in every game I play, I can't lie. And Nightreign is a team-based game, and I felt like I was letting my team down. So I swapped out and tried Guardian. Guardian isn't my ideal pick in games usually when it comes to heavy armor and using a halberd, but I really liked his moves, especially the protective aura that negates damage when inside. But I wanted to try out the rest of the Nightfarers, so I tried Wilder next. And although his moves were all about going in and dealing damage, I feel like I might get punished a lot for doing that. Although I did like his passive ability that allowed him to cheat death once. I then tried Recluse. And I can't lie, magic is not my go-to when I play games usually. And I find playing mage in Elden Ring might be too easy. so I never went for a mage build. But I tried it in Nightreign, and it was cool, but I ran out of FP early, and that I wasn't a fan of. Next, I tried Ironheart, and like I expected, I really enjoyed the gameplay. And finally, I tried Raider. And just like with Wilder, he's about going in and being aggressive. So, it wasn't really my style. So, it seemed like my main two are Guardian and Ironheart. That is, until I discovered that there are two unlockable characters, the Duchess and Revenant. The Duchess playstyle was quick and relentless, especially with her magic dagger. She's pretty fun, but seems situational based on your team comp. And Revenant, oh my goodness, in my opinion, was OP as fuck. She had the ability to raise the dead and have them fight for her, while also having 3 special summons. And that's not even the kicker. She can also make motherfuckers immortal for a brief amount of time. How OP is that shit? Having said all this, my top 3 favorite characters to use are Ironheart, Guardian, and motherfucking Revenant. Going on to the UI changes, if you noticed during the tutorial, the UI has changed when looting items. They now visually appear transparent on the ground, so you can know what it is you're gonna pick up rather than looking at a shining white sparkle on the ground. I thought this was a nice quality of life change, but the level up system was a change that I wasn't initially thrilled of, because I like building out my stats based on priority. But once I realized doing it that way wouldn't have been the best direction to go in, because you'd have to wait on your teammates to decide on which skill to increase. Meanwhile, the zone is closing in on you, and you risk the chance of losing your hard-fought ruins. So I understand it, if that is the direction they went with on changing up the level up system. But who knows? Now, the only 2 things I wish was in the game was voice comms and a timer of when the zone closes in. Voice comms would have helped with strategizing on what to go after rather than just looking out for pins. But then again, if there was voice comms, then people might get toxic if a teammate keeps dying. So I understand the decision for not adding it. I can't be mad at that, but it would be pretty awesome if there was voice comms, I can't lie. And a timer, because it would help out to know if you and your team have enough time to kill a boss or not. And that's my review on Elden Ring Nightreign. It's definitely different from the main game, and it was pretty good. I'd recommend it if you enjoy Monster Hunter and always want to play Elden Ring with friends. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any recommendations for what games I should review next, let me know in the comments down below. See you guys next time. Peace.